Welcome back to the OPL. That is what they are playing for on your screen now. The OPL Legend title, and the Chiefs were able to pick up game number 1, but it went down to the line. However, guys, before we jump into breaking down game number 2 and what we expect to see, we want to remind you at home that we want you to send us a photo of how you're currently watching the OPL. Jump on Twitter, use that hashtag IamOPL, tweet at @lol_Oceania. There is a chance to win a lot of Red Bull on the line. Make sure that you can keep up to pace with all of these games. However, Tally, I want to come to you first. You know, you've been the distance against this Chiefs lineup. They are so hard to beat. What do you expect Chiefs to change going into the second game? Because they wouldn't have liked going 50 minutes against Vanguard.
I don't expect Chiefs to change anything. I think that they completely outdrafted AV. They got like the strongest champion in every role besides the support. And I think their problem was more in the game and not like towards the draft.
And we didn't even really get to talk about how cool Chiefs draft was. It's kind of like this pseudo-tanky.
When the game goes like 52 minutes, I forget about champions for us.
I know, but
just go towards gameplay.
It was really cool, like having the Tom Kinch and the Kindred in tandem with like Swain and Rise. Like, and it's also cool that you have Sivir to try to speed them up because they have issues where they can't get on top of people. But it's like so many shields, Lamb's Respite, Tom Kinch's extra health and gobbling people up. You have Rise passive and Swain's just caca.
And yeah, so there was heaps of cool things, right? Then you have Tom Kench to build a QSS, so you can't arrow the Sivir, otherwise he eats her. You can't arrow the Karma, otherwise he QSS and saves the spot on Radier.
No good arrow priority if Tom Kinch is standing near anyone.
All right, so with that in mind, how the hell did Avant stay in the game then? Do Avant just do the same thing? Look to team fight this Chiefs lineup? Do they play fast and dirty? What are your thoughts on this?
I want to see AV ban out Kindred in Italy and put Shelby onto a tank jungler so Paradise is able to play the carry.
Okay, so what carry would you like? Fiora? Is he going to, like, that's Riven? Is that coming out?
I think Chiefs will drop the Fiora ban again, and it probably will pull out the Fizz or Echo.
All right, cool. We'll see whether that happens. Frost, what are your thoughts? Do you think that AV can change up anything there?
No, I actually think that AV played it relatively well. I think it was more so like the Chiefs actually collapsing that kind of drew this game up, but I am very impressed with individual performers from AV. But this is what we expected, that they are actually kind of an elite team in the OPL.
All right, so one side of AV that I do want to take a close look at that then is the bottom lane. We saw that they went towards utility on Chenny. I know he's a big Vayne player in solo queue, has put it out once in the OPL. He did fall into a 100 CS hole, though. I feel like it's not going to be every game that you get away with falling down that far in the bottom lane, and this is an area that Chiefs should look to exploit.
No, I don't think the bottom... I've said this repeatedly. I don't think the bottom lane really matters at all in terms of like your win conditions. We saw it last game. It was all about the mid laners. Take utility on your AD carries. If you're Ashe and your only job is to hit an arrow, it doesn't necessarily matter what CS hole is when you have like all these crazy carry top laners and all these crazy carry junglers and mid laners.
So you say that, but it was actually Radier that got triple in the end. So surely they do something.
It was though because Swiffer burned his flash though.
AD carries everywhere. Like I can just see King at home so furious. Radier sitting behind his keyboard.
I'm an AD carry main. Like I feel your pain, but right now it's just not a good place for us.
Do you agree? Do you really think that it is so much solo lane focus at the moment? Are you just sitting at home loving your time in League of Legends?
I feel like bot lane has the least amount of impact on the game right now, and like you can go 10-0 and still lose the game.
All right, so that will be interesting to see that as we are trying to get the players onto Summoner's Rift quickly, guys. Going into this game then, we just saw Avant go down to the wire with the Chiefs. Was this unexpected? Do you think Chiefs will still close this out 2-0? Will it be the same, similar, close style of game?
If the Chiefs can keep their mentality and just reset, they had control for the majority of that game, although it was a long game. So I expect that it's actually going to be much cleaner. I would love to see a lane swap actually come out of the Chiefs. So that's what I actually expect. I think that this game's going to go way faster.
And what do you think, Tally? You think it's going to be a quicker game from the Chiefs, just trying to clean up what they do around the map?
I completely agree with Frost. I think that the Chiefs will go for a lane swap and just win purely on macro.
So kind of what they pulled off against Tain and Mind, when they, lost out on the bottom half of the map, but were able to pull it back together. So, guys, do want to remind you that we are moving towards... Oh, God, why do I have to do this one more time? We are moving towards the OPL final, so it is going to be tickets on sale August 13 in Brisbane, Queensland. Remember, if you can't get along to Queensland for whatever reason, our good friends at Hoyts have you covered. Tickets are now on sale also for that event. Grab your mates, jump down to your local Hoyt cinema and get into the OPL final action. However, guys, I'm going to leave the desk right now, so I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Atlas and Rusty to take us onto Summoner's Rift.
I really want to get me some tickets, man. Oh, fantastic stuff. Make sure you are going to that website, though. Make sure you're legitimizing Spawn's job, because I don't think he likes it all that much.
He won't actually stop until you do.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, he'll just die a little bit more each time. But we do have a massive game number 2 about to arrive on Summoner's Rift. The Chiefs Probably going to look to speeden things up just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speeding. I just want
Yeah, they are. They're going to try and speed the pace up. I think that's safe to say. But the question is how they're going to try and speed that pace of the game up. Looking at game number 1, they maybe just don't want to have the standard lanes and run the risk of getting triple fed again. You can also have an isolated lane if you lane swap and actually do what the desk suggested. And that's something that I say they should look towards. Play exactly how they did against Tainted Minds in that second game that was referenced towards also. Yeah. I'm just completely with the desk on this. They looked like they struggled when it hit mid-game. They were 8k gold ahead, and it was somehow brought back to 2k. This time around, close it out.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether they can, as we are in the champion select. Fiora once again going to take a spot on the bench. Rise is going to be banned, thank goodness. Now the Chiefs with the ball in their court. Azir taken off the board, so that is good news for the Chiefs fans, because Triple was so good.
There will be slight adaptations to be seen then from both of these teams. The question is, Vladimir, always on the table. Swain, still going to be present. And once again, the Chiefs with that first pick choice. What do they look towards?
You know what, Bard and Lucian are now going to be taken off. So, Swain, Kindred, Nidalee, Vladimir, dumb champions are going to be left available. We'll see what decisions are going to be made here, because, of course, Avant get 2 of the power picks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the choice is in their hands as to which ones they get, and if they give any more back to the Chiefs as a response. Vladimir, I'd probably ban to Swain, personally. I didn't think the AD carry of the Chiefs did a whole lot.
Well, Sivir is actually going to be taken off the board. Chiefs might look to prioritize the Ezreal in that case, but we'll see what they decide to do, because Swain they snapped up very quickly last time.
I think the Chiefs are also capable of playing the Ashe, so in terms of AD carries, I don't think it's a preference for the Chiefs to actually go for that. Very deep pockets in that AD carry role. Chenny's the one that has a questionable champion pool.
Good point.
Usually defaults to something like the Vayne, but has shown that he can play Ashe now, which is handy. Definitely going to be useful. Jungle, I wouldn't say is a big option on priority. Perhaps the Nidalee caused enough issues. This is also the other remaining AD.
Yeah, so just going to prioritize that one. Of course, you've been very vocal, Rusty, saying that, you know, the Ezreal, the Lucian, the top tier most definitely, but AV can now snap away the Swain. They can snap away the Vladimir. They can get a Kindred. They can get all sorts of things. There is an actual bevy of champions available to them.
I'm curious to see which ones they go towards, and perhaps even just the Rek'Sai above all of those is a jungle choice. I do like what Tally mentioned on the desk and motion towards AB being able of doing. Get a tank in that jungle role, and perhaps put Paradise onto a carry. We know that Jakey is a Braum player, a very big advocate of the champion. They might want that one themselves.
Well, Echo is currently being considered here from Paradise. Shelby as well, hopping over to the Kindred. Lots of survivability.
I mean, it's the most likely outcome is this part of the draft. Karma also one of the other standout supports that does what Sivir does for a team, and that move speed is not going to be available to them just yet.
Well, Spooks and Swiffer now to make their choices. I mean, Vladimir, Swain.
This is also the kind of game where if the Chiefs are going to play the map, they could just go for the Nidalee Soraka.
Yeah.
Just do it themselves. Try and best AV at the game that they played in game number 1.
Still having a think about this one. Will definitely define what they're going to be doing this game with the next couple of picks.
You know the gross thing about that?
What?
If they were to lock in Nidalee and Soraka, you could see Vladimir Swain for a last draft.
Oh.
Still yet to be seen, though.
Oh.
Use your words, man.
I can't, man. I don't have words for that I can use on broadcast. It's ridiculous. Well, Swiffer actually looking at the victor here. Was actually banned away, of course. Another champion that Triple is very, very good at. So wanting to make sure that he has to dig pretty deep. But, oh man, I still think it's so dangerous to pick something that isn't called Vladimir when it's available.
Yeah, and I guess we'll Triple default to like a Zed, perhaps, as an option. I know that he's a quite competent Zed player.
Oh yeah.
Still good on those control mages. He had a fantastic Victor performance himself, which is why Swiffer would be looking towards that. Strong champion in its own right. Swiffer's good on the champion, but you don't want to give it to Triple. Especially how game 1 went. I would say Triple kind of a big deal.
Yeah, most certainly. But AV making sure that they're having a good think about this one. And we'll see what they actually decide to save until last pick as well, whether it will be Triple's pick up.
the mustache lane.
Mustache, yeah. I like it. Shiny Boy is looking at it. Triple. That's going to be Nami, so the Fish Ash.
Doesn't like this
no,
name.
it doesn't
No, at all.
Namash? Ashy.
Sushi.
Sushi!
That's what I was.
Yeah, that'll work. Let's just go with the sushi.
It doesn't.
lane.
Yeah, sushi. You know what? Ash doesn't exist in that lane.
Close enough. As the Chiefs now to round out their draft. The Nami, though, I mean, we did see this at MSI. You know, did get some
I
work
think
done.
the
in the hands
Nami's
of Wolf.
fine, but I was just looking at Braum because it's a Victor. Like, you can block the laser, I believe. You've also got the Ezreal ultimate, the Nidalee spears.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the rest of that team composition is going to be. The Braum had merit, but they want sustain. Above all else, they had Soraka in that game number 1, Nami in number 2.
Oh, they're setting up a Yasuo comp.
Not exactly, but they might be
way.
setting up a keep triple alive type of team composition. Remember Swain, Vladimir, potentially Gangplank, Lissandra also there. Triple has played that.
Wow. It's going to be the Trundle and the Braum being considered right now, locked in now for the Chiefs. So that's going to be their team comp. Very, very strong on paper. Not seeing the Swain, though. Not seeing the Vladimir. Both of these picks falling all the way through the draft. Oh, yeah, there's the coveted Pantheon pick.
Yeah, and the question's on Triple, I suppose, and what he wants to play.
Yeah, unless they want to put an Echo into the mid lane and really shake things up.
You know what? I have harped on about this a lot. Vladimir's picked into Victor most of the time.
Yeah.
Victor's picked into Vladimir most of the time. Why are we not just lock it in?
Oh, Cannon, much better choice. Well, Jake's obviously just cycling through some things as AV are trying to make their minds up. It's all about augmenting the comp. AV have shown that they're fantastic in that team fight situation. Of course, Paradise and Triple, both of them playing out of their minds. When they can get into that control situation, there's a little bit more of a poked style comp being looked at right now as the last minute switch, and Triple is going to head onto the Twisted Fate, trying to play the Chiefs at their own game, moving around the map.
Yeah, and it's very similar to what we saw in our first series as well between Direwolves and Hellions. Bomb actually pulling that one out.
Yeah.
Trying to pull them around, draw them into situations they may not want to be in, look for some proactive movement. And Triple playing that Twisted Fate. Very capable of doing so. Chenny Boy with the Ashe able to actually set up picks as well. You get the Hail Marys through the middle lane into the top lane even. And that Ashe lane assignment's actually pretty cool from the side of AV. I think as far as drafts go again, reasonably well rounded.
Yeah.
Maybe lacking a bit of a tank. Paradise should make up for that.
Going to be pretty tanky on the Echo. Of course, Chelby going to help out as well. Lambs of Spike keeping people alive will be good. Added sustain there from Jake.
Yeah, just like it's going to be pretty hard to kill the side of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Things considered. A cleanse also the standard able to go for. Summon a spell for Swiffer in that middle lane on the Victor.
Not to mention the fact that Swiper once again is going to be on the Trundle, and this is a pick that he has made work fantastically well. I believe in the last series that the Chiefs played, it was the Big Swips Trundle that really managed to get a foothold into the game, take the thing over. It was against Tate and Mines, of course, when they were having trouble towards the bottom side. But ladies and gentlemen, hop onto Twitter. Use that hashtag CHFWin if you think this is going to be a 2-0 for our legends at the moment, or use that hashtag AVWin if you want to go to a game number 3. See whether they can stretch this one out. They have an interesting comp, lots of ability to move around the map, and we'll see whether they can actually action that against the Chiefs, who, look, as the Des mentioned, could be potentially going for something like a lane swap to shake things up.
Absolutely right. That's a big question, but AV, before we even get into this game, have shown that they have what it takes to at least run with the Chiefs in the middle and late stages of the game. Would not be surprised to see them take this all the way to the third.
Well, we are under Summoner's Rift. Blue side going to be occupied now by the Chiefs, as they're in a 5-man unit looking to start things off. They do have a Braum. I mean, that's level 1 power as Chelby already moving in here. He's going to spot all of the Chiefs out as Spooks pounces forward. They don't manage to take down that ward as now Paradise going to head back towards his turret. This is the lane swap vision coming into effect.
Yeah, forced lane swap vision. They just walk in as a 5-man unit. Definitely no way to stop that one. You can see the immediate response, however, from the side of AV on the bottom side. The question is, do they want the lane swap? Do they want to prevent the lane swap? Remembering that it's a Twisted Fate composition. One of my favorite perks of being a Twisted Fate in a lane swap is that the turrets are broken. If anyone overextends, they can't hide beneath that turret anymore. You you can definitely exploit them.
Well, you can see now the Chiefs actually moving up the mid lane.
They're both basically doing a similar thing. AV are the ones putting the lane swap into effect, though, and based off where the Echo was running, the Chiefs have actually deduced that fact. And they don't want the standard lanes. They absolutely want the lane swap.
Yeah, heading down there straight away. So Chiefs, despite the fact that there is going to be that Twisted Fate, does like the open map, deciding instead that they want to try and get AV to execute on that lane swap, and we'll see whether they can.
Yeah, so AV are technically the ones to put this into effect, but it was prompted further by the Chiefs. Known for their ability to macro play, move around the map, one of the two smart teams as coined by Fosco.
Hey Jim, actually taking a lot of damage back here from Paradise and Shelby.
When you walk next to two of them, probably going to hurt.
Just wants to make his presence known as he's going to come behind Triple. Still only level 1 for the Twisted Fate as the door is going to miss. By door I of course mean chair.
The Q.
That Victor skin, Swiffer, really? What a hipster.
I like that one.
Yeah, but it's the one no one uses because the splash art looks weird.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool in game because it's red.
Yeah, no,
You take it.
and you don't get to see it very often, you know?
You're in game more than you're out of game.
Yeah, you know, theoretically, you shouldn't be in the loading screen all that long. There's AV stacking this wave quite nicely. Chiefs already made it onto the turret there, though. You can see I'm actually going to lose out on their mini wave as the new one is going to arrive relatively quickly. Radio, of course, level 2 will have the Essence Flux available.
Yeah, and remembering how good that Essence Flux actually is for taking down these turrets. Gives Swiper and Ejim a bit of bonus attack. He never uses the damn spell.
Maybe he took Arcane Shield.
He's level 3.
He didn't even level it.
I don't know what's up with that.
Oh my goodness!
Disappointment right now.
Most certainly. A Spook's going to come in. Primal Surge is going to be the Essence Flux that they need as everyone takes the gold. Interesting. Not trying to give Swiper anymore as they know that they're ahead. We'll just try and use tempo.
Yeah, pushing as fast as they can. They won't be able to defend the top lane, but they're already in the process of recalling. Raider actually changes his mind. Honestly, just a confusing human being.
Yeah.
At the moment, we'll get his tier, I'd imagine, which is why he stayed.
Now I'm going to be heading back. So you're right. Does pick up the tier. It's a good news story. We'll be able to start stacking that one already. Heading towards the top side now. It's Triple and Swiffer. Been going at it. Swiffer, though, doing very well in the farm situation.
And health, even between the two of them.
Yeah.
You would say Swiffer, for all intensive purposes, is winning their lane. He's managed to even sustain a freeze between them. Not bad. There's a Victor into a Twisted Fate after all. You would not say the Twisted Fate has the best time. More of just a wave clear mid lane.
Yeah, and I actually really like this from Swiffer, trying to hold the wave on his side, avoiding the potential cheesy play, launch into the mid lane from the top side.
Yeah, he was hugging the Nidalee side of the map as well. So where Spooks was wave clearing is where he was hugging. Which again, little details actually could keep him alive if there were things that were actually going to go bad. Good habits save bad situations.
Well, right now, Triple bought himself some boots. Another Doran's ring.
Not a bad push though from Swiper to kind of slow them down. The cannon missing a lot of its health. Quite an annoyance, honestly. There's the flip side of the map. It might crash a little bit slower from the side of the Chiefs, but depending on how they've controlled that minion wave, could be a better stack of minions.
Oh, Chenny, Jake, and Paradise just smacking down on this one. Already lost about a third of its health here towards the bottom side of the map. They're going to tank up these minions, make sure that the rest of their minions are doing the right thing and killing a turret. But now an Essence Flux exists on this dang map. And the Chiefs are going to do their bit, taking down this turret as well. So both outers are going to fall. We're going to have a very open time on Summoner's Rift on the side lanes. As Paradise, once again, the sole benefactor of this little situation. But Swiper making up for it nicely with that extra bit of CS.
Yeah, and AB getting very quickly around with the rotation to the Drake. Should get that for themselves. Doesn't look like the Rift Herald is an option to take, as it hasn't even spawned yet. So decent map movements from AV. Seems like they're keeping up with the lane swap. See how this one actually progresses, because the Chiefs didn't get the turret. Swiper didn't get enough health back. Paradise teleported. He'd push him away.
And he's going to.
Good luck, Swiper. He's actually not going to get the turret now. Like, if he overstays, he'll die.
Well, Pillar is going to go down.
That's a big mistake from the Chiefs. I'm sure it'll fall eventually, like a bit of pressure from Spooks and like a stiff breeze would knock it over. But that's gold that's now missing that Avant have.
And a big amount of gold in the pocket of Paradise, and Swipe is going to be teleporting possibly back into this lane. And he's not going to, well, not teleport, but going back into the lane, and he can't go toe-to-toe without that added global gold, which would have gone entirely to him.
The cool thing is, of course, that the teleport is still there for Swiper. Spooks decided to throw a spear backwards.
Yep. Ooh, Jake actually is going to land the bubble. Couple of auto attacks for a stun, but not going to be able to find it. There's Shelby hanging around the bottom side of the map. Ezreal well and truly out in the open as Triple. He's got the Destiny available. We talk about this every time we see a Twisted Fate. Will they make that Destiny work?
They should. Just not yet. There's nothing to actually go towards. Ezreal's going to be well overextended if he stayed there. Smartly backs off. Ejim as well, fighting a level 6 Shelby. Not ideal.
Oh, there's the exhaust actually. The stun comes through. Shelby does have the ultimate.
Easily.
Yep, Radiant. Just going to die. First blood goes to Triple. And AV just, honestly, step ahead.
I feel like I just expect more from the Chiefs. That's the kind of play that is sloppy and should never exist from. They just tried to fight a level 6 Kindred with a Twisted Fate in the middle lane. Thought they could get away with it?
Well, they certainly didn't.
I don't know, that, like, again, it was still... I feel like I'm harping on the negatives of the Chiefs, and AV is still doing well. They still put themselves up quite effectively. They get a turret advantage. The tempo is in their favor. They have absolute control of Summoner's Rift.
Oh god, Boots as well taking a lot of damage. Ejim's going to face check once again. Shelby and Jake hanging around here. The flash is available, going to be used as the door comes down, but Shelby picks up the kill. Radiant is going to be able to get the stun as Chenny Boy is down here. Level 6 as well has been hit. So Radiant can't move away from that turret. But Shelby's just dominating this map right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Spooks a level behind, still keeping up in farm. However, Raider not in the best position. Now the Triple has disappeared. Of course, he's in base, but now that he's disappeared and has his ultimate. I have to respect. They are still farming well here on the side of the Chiefs. They're behind in gold by a fair bit. But it's not a game-changing deficit just yet.
Currently to the tune of about 2,000 as Raider's just going to clear out these minions towards the bottom side, continue to extend his lead, which was dissipating prior. Six now going to be hit by Paradise, so he's going to be much safer here against Swipe, who was lurking in the brush. Swift going to grab himself a blue buff.
And this is another one of those points in the game where we have to look at the Chiefs and say that they're banking on Swiffer carrying.
Yeah.
Yes, the Ezreal will still be very much relevant. Actually has a bit more farm than that of the Ashe still. Chenny's been definitely on struggle street in that respect. But AV are playing the map at the moment. A little bit better than the Chiefs are.
And look, it's only going to continue to get more difficult for our OPL Legends because Triple, I mean, he's on the Twisted Fate. This is a champion that really wants to be playing the map. And he's yet to use that Destiny. It's still available.
He doesn't need to use it. There's 3 of them posturing around the middle lane / enemy blue buff from the Chiefs, so if he were to look towards the Ezreal, it'd be a mistake. He's not doing too well in his own lane. He's kind of stuck on wave clear duty. But Triple's doing what's necessary. He's absolutely, just by sitting here, he's doing his job. He's keeping up in farm. He's going to be a potent mid-game option for AV. Paradise and Triple working in tandem on opposite sides of the map. They can put the Ashe into the middle lane. Always going to be very handy in a proactive measure for the team.
You can see pings going down. AV aware of where the Chiefs are for the moment. Swiffer keeping Triple in the mid lane. Swiper making his way back to the top.
The Victor changes. The fact that he can wave clear an entire lane at level 7 is what makes him the silliest. That's the thing that they changed on Ziggs, so that you couldn't one-bomb the back line, because it's silly. Now Victor can just do that anyway. And they nerfed it, so he couldn't. Now he can. Get it.
True. Swiffer does have 2 upgrades in his hex score though. Swiper, he's going to get stunned. Paradise is going to proc him. There's the, Subjugate. It's going to come out. Swiper is going to survive. Big ult now on cooldown, and Swiper can't fight this Echo anymore.
No. Big minion stack, slight CS edge as well on the Echo, and just generally items, because Swiper has a lot of swords. Yep, the Fire is currently winning. Doing well here, Paradise. He's got the carry style tank top laner. Shelby's also... never mind.
Yeah, added movement speed from that extra upgrade in the Hex core. Definitely good news here for Swiffer. Speeds himself off. He's going to get out. Arrow goes down the bottom lane as Radier just gets the heck out of there. There's the Destiny, though. And Shelby always in the right place at the right time. Radier just gets exploded.
That's exactly what you know to expect from this Avant-Garde side. Ezreal stuck split pushing in a side lane because they've forced the lane swap. They've taken the turrets. Swiper also respondent in this top lane, not having a great time on Summoner's Rift, and the Chiefs are just generally struggling right now.
Yeah, getting dictated to around the map as Shelby is going to find himself a Mountain Drake here as well. Triple throws some wild cards. He wants to go back to base, possibly pick up that Lich Bane already here at 12 minutes into the game. This is really scary stuff. They want to pull this one out of the pit, which is why they're running away, but it is going to go down. There's going to be Mountain and Cloud on lockdown for AV.
2 big Drakes picked up, even a Lich Bane rushed. Luke's got him.
Yeah, nails it. There's the parallel. Oh my god, Paradise turns it around. The door comes in. He's not going to survive, but with a 1-for-1, he's still going to be happy.
And Ejim got the kill. So that's actually still the worst case scenario. Swiper positionally thought that there was not going to be the ultimate out of Paradise, it seems, and absolutely pays for it. This is the best possible outcome for the Echo in a spot like that. Also, by the way, I think Swift should probably just drop his ultimate if Triple's going to play like that. Yeah, sometimes you got to put the Twisted Fate in his place.
Well, he's not going to this time, just playing conservatively. Doesn't want to overstep his bounds, and his bounds aren't quite as long as the Chiefs are used to for the moment, as Deathray not going to find him there. As the arrow flies through, Spooks on the wrong side of the map has to flash, and he's looking for some brushes to run through.
Triple's ghosted. He doesn't have ult.
Yeah, well... yeah, they're just not going to
They didn't know where he was. They had no idea where Spooks was. Nidalee quite nimble when moving around the jungle. And with that Lich Bane rush of the Twisted Fate, still a threat. Doesn't mean that he's going to get the cooldown reduction necessary, though, to have his ultimate there.
Very good point.
Still actually a bit confused with that build.
Oh, Triple. There's the movement speed as Swiffer finds a lot of damage on the mid lane. The Chenny Boy now in trouble as the Subjugate comes down. Paradise is here. Chenny, will he die? No! Oh, the stun came through at exactly the right time. Nice Primal Surge comes out from Spooks to keep Swiper alive, but Paradise is still able to do it. This guy's Echo is disgusting as Swiffer does come in, picks up his first kill, flashes forward, drops a base onto Chenny Boy, and he will die as Cool Guys do not look at explosions. That is going to be enough to pick that one up. Triple trying to answer in the mid lane with his Lich Bane.
Yeah, 2 big kills from the side of the Chiefs, and they do both go into Swiffer. He's absolutely putting the team on his back. They've committed to a push in the top lane. It is very clever of them to do. They were not able to defend the middle lane, so they make an aggressive decision on the flip side to get an actual advantage from this. Bottom's got a huge wave. That's going to go missing to Paradise or Chenny. No, neither are going to really get the whole thing. Good proactive play from the Chiefs.
Yeah, and there's everyone backing off there as well, understanding the Triple went back, had the Destiny, didn't want to get flanked, didn't want to get picked out. So the Chiefs turn the brains back on, 14 minutes into game number 2.
Yeah, good capitalization. On the back of Chenny once again, throws the ultimate and hits Spooks, and then overstays, gets caught out by Swiper, even though the kill wasn't there. Still forced Paradise's hand, and that's where this kind of backfired for AV.
Ridiculous thing is Swiffer right now. I mean, needlessly large rod, perfect hex score, and some lucidity boots. This guy is going to be doing a lot of work for his team.
I mean, I still think the point remains that, yes, he's going to be doing a lot of work, and he's absolutely like a monster at the moment. But Triple's not built for lane, and sooner or later, they're just going to put Chenny there and kind of hope and pray that it actually works.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to if Swiffer can kill that person, because if they stay there with Triple, he is within the realm of being one-shot at the moment when that Victor has his ultimate.
You can see Swiper, he's actually getting his self in a whole bunch of trouble. Subjugate's there, but I don't even feel like Paradise even cares about that right now. He throws down the Time Winder, dashes over into the base and takes the kill. Just ults himself out, and this Echo is going ballistic.
Yeah, Paradise now 3-2 on the Echo. Has died a few times, but is destroying Swiper, and he is not having a great time on Summoner's Rift. Working towards an offensive build, probably going to have to change that up soon. Needed magic resistance before all of the items that he currently has.
Yeah. anything,
going with
honestly. Some sort of defensive capability
Yeah, he's
against
Titanic
Paradise.
Hydra. He can't go Ravenous. He has a Spirit Visage there, or at least a Spectre's Cow.
Right now, he just can't afford it. So making his way back towards that top lane, but the Echo does need to be dealt with. He takes down that inhibitor turret. Oh, sorry, the inner turret is Joey. Maybe caught out of position there as the ultimate comes down. Uses the Lamb's Respite. As the teleport's coming in from Swiper, we'll see whether he can actually... Oh, no. Actually going to cancel that one. Doesn't want to make his way all the way in. Didn't have the Subjugate. Didn't want to die.
Man, Paradise just recalls. So teleport advantage gained by AV. A clever little move, though, from the Chiefs, working around their vision. It's not going to be enough to secure anything besides Chelby's Lamb's Respite and Flash. They do, however, need to start making moves towards this dragon, the Chiefs. They can't give over a second.
Oh,
okay.
my God. How did the trap get that kill?
Runic Echoes, I suppose.
Yeah, Swiffer does a trillion damage.
Kill
and then
Rob.
Oh my God, okay, really instant cleanse there as Triple doesn't want to get stunned, but the gravity field will do it. Swiffer is going to be able to lock down the kill as Channy Boy able to get one over the back. Misses.
Missed.
Yeah, unfortunate for the kitty cat lady. They still want to try and get something more done. True Shot Barrage, of course, going to be thrown from Radio on the bottom side of the map, so he's not there to follow up on anything.
Yeah, so Swiffer got himself stuck next to a wall.
Nice door.
That was actually, yeah, no, Spook should have waited for the door
Yeah.
to throw the spear as well. They might have been kill threat. Either way, Spooks to consolidate on the back of a decent play from Swiffer once more. And the result is still that the Victor dies, the big carry of the team in the Death Chamber. Takes about 30 seconds to get to that Dragon Pit, and with 15 seconds till it spawns. AV might be in with a shot.
Yeah, possibly. Shelby just going to take down a Gromp in the meantime. Paradise going to show himself towards the top side of the map. Teleport advantage in the hands of the Echo, so we'll see whether that means that Swiper stays closer to the Dragon. Let's get something happening here is Jake. The last auto attack, there's the concussive blows as he has to use the flash. Could be important for later. Won't be able to get out of the way of the Chaos Storm from Swiffer, anything like that.
Yeah, still showing signs of aggression here from the side of the Chiefs. Remembering that Swiper doesn't have his teleport should actually put AV into the driver's seat here. Paradise does have his, and he is a huge Echo.
Monstrous. Now the Spectre's Cow built up as well as the Barmy Cinder and the Iceborne Gauntlet. Tons of CDR. Tons of tankiness. So posturing now begins. The Troll is going to move back here to the Dragon, and Chiefs, they don't want to give this one up. Arrow going to fly wide as Paradise over the top. Swiffer looking for something, but it's a nice double stun that comes through. True Shot Barrage is going to smack on everyone. There's the Destiny. You can see Radiant will have to get out of the way as Triple doesn't quite find him. The flash is used, heal as well. Chiefs have regrouped as Swiffer does still have the Chaos Storm. He could have dropped it. Doesn't find it on anyone.
Absolutely could have dropped it. Just decides to save it. Chenny's probably just dead. Yeah.
Death Ray doesn't find him.
So more summoner spells burnt from the Chiefs, but still the kills aren't there.
Well, there's the Chaos Storm now as a... Yep, Swiffer able to get the work done. Death Ray picks up too. And that is a big deal for the Chiefs.
All right, man. That's why he saved it. There you go, Atlas. Definitely still strong, Swiffer. He's essentially the one-man army for his team. Looks like they're going to trade a turret for a Drake, however. And that's the third one of the game going to AV. And at 19 minutes, there are going to be a lot of Drakes.
Oh, man. Double Mountain Drake and a Kindred.
And the next one's Infernal.
Oh, my God. Imagine the Baron damage.
Yeah, so we're 20 minutes in, and the Baron's actually already probably a concern.
Oh, yeah.
For the Chiefs.
They need to make sure that's awarded at all times. And are ready to get over there. Teleport, thankfully, is available now for Swiper, who does have a Spectre's Cow. Ravenous Hydra done as well. Has another Negatron Cloak. As he's looking to try and just make sure that he can handle the Echo, but I highly doubt that that will be enough just yet. 4-3-1 now for Paradise. Just playing extraordinarily well.
And that's the major difference between game 1 and 2 right now, is that we were looking at game number 1 and it was Triple against Swiffer. And they're both still doing well in our second game. Spooks and Shelby both still doing their jobs in the jungle position in game number 2 as well. But Paradise is schooling Swiper right now.
Yeah.
Big Swips is getting the what for.
The Spook's actually looking for Jake right now. Hanging out, prowling. Chenny Boy is going to head back. Swiffer is going to get pinged out here as AV looking to close in, but of course, Triple well and truly on the other side of the map, grabbing his blue buff. So no Destiny to fly through.
That was one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen Spooks do. He was standing next to the wall like he was a Rek'Sai.
They're using his tremor.
He didn't have vision either on the other side of the wall.
Shelby actually going to take a fair bit of damage here as there's the flash forward. Ejim not going to find the ultimate though, as the bubble is going to also go wide. Nice. Oh my god, all of the abilities to fly across Shelby. Has to use the ultimate. That is a big cooldown now available as Destiny comes out as well. You can see Swiper just getting dove underneath this turret, but you can see flashes out of the way. Doesn't get stunned as the subjugate's there. He's trying to take down Paradise, but the gold card is enough. Chiefs looking to try and respond with the inner turret in the mid lane. But AV may have enough tools to sort this one out, and Chiefs don't want to race. Chaos Storm, Swiffer immediately has to use the cleanse as he wants to find the kill into Chenny. Oh, the spear! That is going to be enough as Swiffer locks it up with one of the ticks. God, that ability does so much damage.
But they have to go bottom because right now AV are destroying their base. Only Rayder got back.
Yeah, it does land the Mystic Shot onto Triple, but they can turn this. They have to be really, really careful. As now the Chiefs want to try and find something. Rayder trying to stop backs here. As Swiffer does have a Sheen. Spooks is going to lock that one up as the bubble comes down. So at least the Chiefs, actually just going to be able to get the kill. Not going to be able to follow up with the turret.
Yeah, so the battle of trades continued, but AV broke the base with that trade. They're now really far ahead. There's 5k gold. Paradise is huge. Swiper is just destined to die consistently. Only now he's got some magic resistance. And it really is Swiffer against the world right now. He is a one-man wrecking crew, but there are 4 of them running around on the side of AV.
And does this mean that the Chiefs sort of have to team fight? Do they have to utilize the AoE potential of this Victor? Is that split push option just no longer there?
I feel like it's safe to say that they're up shit creek without a paddle.
Oh, God. Well, let's see whether they can turn this one around. Of course, they demonstrated that you can be ahead by a long way and still find a way to make things even for your opponent. There's AV. I believe that's actually 2 Mountain Drakes they have for themselves. Yep, so 2 mountains and a cloud.
It is. Infernal's meant to be the next one, right?
Yeah.
Or was I just seeing things?
No, that's a mountain. So triple mountain.
I'm still pretty sure that Infernal's meant to be the next one.
All right.
I looked at the pit and we flew past it.
Observer, if we could just have a look at the Dragon Pit for a moment, that would be helpful. As Ejim is clearing our wards. Paradise, not going to be going home.
Don't you trust me? I trust me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I trust you. You're right.
I still think it's Infernal.
Turret finally going to fall down here. As Radier does utilize his QSS, gets out of the way as Shelby still chasing this one through. Destiny has been popped. Nice Primal Surge comes down
Lots
as Chenny
of
Boy
damage.
and Shelby takes so much damage. Triple found his way in. Ejim right in the front line as the dividing ultimate comes out from Ejim, but doesn't actually find anything much. Man, Radier played that very well to stay safe.
Yeah, Raider actually kiting and doing a lot of damage. I don't think there was enough follow-up really from the side of the Chiefs. Ejim kind of did that as a zoning ultimate because there was 2 people segregated from the rest of the team. Swiffer's cheesing, sitting behind a wall. We'll see if Chenny just outright dies. He might.
You can see Jake still without a flash.
Hey, look, it's an Infernal one now.
Aha!
That's why you trust the Rust.
Spooks very far up here as Raider and Swift are going to turn in. You can see there's the gravity field as Raider actually wants to take down the Echo if he can. They're trying to kite this one through, but the last Mystic Shot not going to connect, and Triple's continuing down the mid lane. AV just doing well.
But they're playing a Dragon game, honestly, AV. It's 25 minutes in. They're going to get this Drake whenever it spawns. Ideally, they'll fight for this one. They'll have one more. That's a lot of Drakes. The Chiefs need to actually get this one on the board for themselves. Not only is it the Infernal, they need to deny 4 of them from AV. Because an Elder Dragon would just be GG levels.
Yeah, absolutely dumb.
Good timings, however, for those recalls. Could have been 2 to 5 seconds earlier to get there on time. AV
they'll
actually
just go
recognized. Yeah, they can 2-man this insanely quick. They know that Ejim's coming.
Yeah, there's lots of pings onto this one as Ejim's trying to get round into the pit. Gets a ward in.
It's at 4K.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Chenny Boy over the top. The teleport's coming in. Triple, though. The Destiny. Ejim's going to die. Swiper comes in. Shelby is going to lock down the Baron as Swiper throws down the ultimate. Oh, my God. The damage out of Swiffer is disgusting. as Shelby now in the back of the pit will get himself over. There's the Chaos Storm. Base has been dropped as the ultimate is going to be used from Shelby. And it just soars leisurely by, and the Chiefs now have to deal with mega-empowered creeps.
Yeah, they have to go straight over to this Infernal Drake immediately. If they don't, they lose 4 Drakes. They have no Baron control. They will probably just slowly lose the rest of this game. They have damage. They have an abundance of damage. We'll see if AV actually look respondent to this whatsoever.
Oh, that was very good. So thank goodness, 1 dragon on the board here for the Chiefs. If what Spook said meant anything as well, it's their favorite one.
Well, it means they're going to fight for it, I believe, is
Yep.
the biggest thing we can take from that.
But you have to say, like, if Avant, like, with what they've put together, double Mountain Cloud, it's precisely what you're looking for.
Yeah, and it works with the Kindred comp, right? The only reason they could get that Baron as fast as they did is mostly a 2-man unit. And I give a lot of credit to AV for that proactivity. They know what they can take, and they are taking it. And they're starting to work around the map as well. Consolation for the Chiefs is that they've kept the gold difference at about 5 this entire game.
Yeah.
For about 10 minutes now.
Certainly not extended, and that's with the Baron falling down as well, so definitely not out of it yet. But it's once again going to be a game that they're well and truly tested in.
Oh, look at this team play for the Mark of the Kindred as well.
Yeah.
All holding hands while I go give that to him. The Chiefs kind of just hanging out, honestly, and AV, the onus is still on them. They have the Ash Arrow, they have the Twisted Fate Ultimate. They have the proactivity in their hands.
Well, now Triple is just able to clear out minion waves incredibly quickly. He does have the Destiny.
The Chiefs want him.
Yeah, everyone's coming down. There's the Baron up creeps. He's going to Destiny his way out, and does so very easily.
That was unbelievably close to being cancelled by Swiper.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked that it didn't get cancelled. Look at the way Triple's playing the map now as well. Stop Spooks' recall. Let the rest of the team work mid. Actually give them time on this turret where only Raider is here.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage, of course, didn't do anything to the Baroned up minions, as that turret was not long for the world. He gets obliterated. Paradise as well shoves this wave entirely up to the turret. And AV, 7 turrets to 5. 11 kills to 10. I mean, on that scoreboard that they're seeing in the game, it's not a huge lead.
Well, they're just seeing a giant victor.
Yeah. Have a lot. Oh, there's the flash. Ejim doesn't find the connection with the chair. Looking a bit desperate for a play.
They're putting their eye in, though. Admirable. Definitely still on the back foot, though.
They want to make, yeah, proactive moves. That is most certainly obvious.
That's the one thing you should be doing when behind, is just never let them bleed you out. Always try and find picks.
Well, you can see there is Spooks getting caught out in his jungle at the moment. Radier actually, Arcane shifting forward, actually trying to find someone. They just can't lock down these slippery members of AV, especially the Echo and the Kindred.
Banking on the Blade of the Ruined King for the next item as well. For Raider, the damage will increase. The Void Stuff also necessary for Swiffer, otherwise instant killing certain members is now impossible. You'll always be able to kill Chenny. Triple will get bursted without that Zonia's being used to block it. But Paradise, not going to die. Shelby will die, but not instantly. Nami's just Nami.
Yeah. She does have a locket and another Null Magic Mantle, so it'll at least survive a little bit.
But again, that's like recognition of where the strength lies in the Chiefs. So AV are doing their part to try and secure themselves a map here. Working well and truly towards it. Really giving it to the Chiefs in this series.
Oh, yeah. Chiefs actually getting suffocated out of their own jungle. Not something that they're used to seeing. There's a Kindred mark on the bottom of the map. Swiper, I believe, is just able to deal with that one. Now Destiny has been popped. Swiper did make it home. Swiffer back to his turret. 3 members of the Chiefs, however, still here.
He's mid. So if every time the Triple gets caught out of a position where Chiefs want to catch him, he uses a Summoner spell and Ultimate, they usually end up getting something for it.
Well, there's the arrow flashed out of by Swiper. Heads up play, but this is an open inhibitor we have to remember, and it's already taken down extraordinarily low. Swiffer gets tagged by a volley. There's the parallel convergence, but oh my god, the flash forward Triple taking so much damage, but now Paradise has to ult himself out. There is the gravity field right in the back line there. You can see Shelby Jenny Boy very low. That was so many buttons used out of AV.
Yeah, but that was all in the way of disengage because Swiffer's damage is unbelievably high. And this is without that Void Stuff to boot. Little bit of time till the Drake and the Baron are up so they can afford to make plays like that. And Swiffer holding onto the cleanse is important as Triple.
Yeah, Radio actually tagging him multiple times. There's the flash forward. Oh my god. He takes a lot of damage from that.
No QSS available.
Teleport actually comes in, gets cancelled though. Swiper and Paradise are doing battle here towards the bottom of the map.
2 levels behind Swiper. He needs that 16 mark desperately.
Yeah, it's just silly. Oh, casual sidestep there of the arrow. Is Chenny Boy not going to find the mark? Oh my god, that's a death cap now done for Triple. Boy, that be some damage.
It's a delicate game to be played out right now. AV are still in absolute control. Working the Chiefs around the map. The Twisted Fate ultimate can probably catch Swiper still and do enough damage to secure him with the Echo. It is a Spirit Visage. It's going to take an awful long time to do.
Oh my god, Paradise has got a GA.
There's just very few ways for the Chiefs to really put themselves into this game unless Swiffer is quite literally the hero that they need.
Well, he's now backing. We'll see what he decides to pick up as he heads home.
Should be avoid stuff. This is the closest you'll get to the needs to hit the Orianna 4-man shockwave type of thing, but a Victor.
Yeah. And he does have a voice stuff. So, tools now in the belt for Swiffer. It's 25 seconds until the Baron buff. 1 second till the Dragon. That is now available. Cloud Drake, number 2.
It's not too valuable though.
For AV.
The question is which they prioritize. Remembering how quickly they took the Baron last time around, the Chiefs should be looking at Baron number 1, Drake number 2. But Chenny will just solo it, so they'll get that one for free.
And Swiffer are actually going to wander over a ward here. They know where the victor is. That is big deal news for AV.
They just know that they have to check. Like if Chiefs don't check, it'll just be done.
And Chenny is going to be able to take down this Dragon. Loses a lot of his health bar though. Has to go back to base. Does have the arrow back available again. As there are pings from the Chiefs heading down the mid lane. They want to be able to get something done. Make a proactive play as Jake. He's going to get tagged by Radiant. Has to use the flash as the arrow hits him while he's true shot barraging. Which is sort of adorable.
Yeah, because the true shot barrage as an animation goes through everything, including Poppy wall slams as an example. The Chiefs pushing very hard in this middle lane. They have 5 members here. Triple says nope. Can go on bottom.
Heads back in there. As Shelby possibly caught out of position here. May need to ult, doesn't. Holds onto it.
Remember that Swiffer's holding onto his as well. Triple absolutely committing. You can see on the bottom left of your screen. He wants the inhibitor. He also has a Lich Bane. The Chiefs are committing themselves.
Yeah, they're going for the trade here as Radiant is going to get stunned and picked up by the bubble. They're still trying to get the work done. They take down the turret. Inhibitor falls as
Triple will end the game.
Yeah, trying to end the game as best he can. Mountain Drake is a big freaking deal right now as Egypt throws down the ultimate. And now the Chiefs, they have to fight.
Triple's actually ending.
Yeah, Swiper is going to teleport. We'll see whether he actually makes it back as Spooks right on top of the Lambs despite Swiffer gets exhausted. He'll have to use the ult, but the bubble, and he gets killed. Radiant has to get out. Triple, he's just skirting around this Nexus. He's going to be able to take it down, just stuns up Swiper. It's a really nice pillar.
Oh, they
but
got
that's going to be the game, and AV take down the Chiefs in game number 2.
They forced us to a game number 3. Triple's the clutch king, and he is seriously hyper-carrying all of AV at the moment.
Yeah.
The Chiefs just honestly are all out of sorts. I don't have a better way to describe them. It doesn't look like the same Chiefs, and AV have made them go all the way to the wire, all the way to this 3rd game, off the back of an impressive and well-covered Game 2 victory.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just draft that looked fantastic out of AV, and they played to their win conditions. They knew exactly what they wanted to achieve with that game. They went after that the entire time. Yes, Swiffer was really, really strong, but it doesn't matter when Twisted Fate wins the game on his own.
Well, essentially, yeah. I mean, like, Swiffer did his part, but his part is not to win the entire game by himself. Yeah. They had a rest of a team there. Paradise was able to beat Swiper. Honestly, just AV across the board looked a lot better than they did in Game 1, which is impressive considering how they held Chiefs back for such a long time.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous, but we are going to throw it back to the desk to see what they made of that game.
Thank you so much. And with that, Avant-Garde bring it back to 1-1. And this new team is really taking it to the Chiefs right now. And I want to talk about how they actually went about it because it was in a rather impressive early game. I mean, they went out on a lane swap.
No, hats off to AV right now. We said that the Chiefs were going to lane swap. They did exactly that. They invaded level 1, put down the D boards to make sure that they got it. And we said, or we thought that AV would not be able to keep up with the Chiefs' macro play. And AV actually came out ahead on that.
Yeah, so Chiefs, they fumble. They don't take down first turret. Paradise teleports back to the top lane. And, you know, Tally, you must have been sitting there like, oh, this is so good. You know, I'm up a level as a top laner if you're Paradise, and now I can just take it to Swiper all game. But credit to Paradise, because he steamrolled, arguably one of the greats in Oceanic top laners there.
Yeah, well, it was expected. I expected Paradise to come out and be a really strong player, and he played extremely well that game. He even solo killed Swiper twice.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, as a Trundle, that's a little bit inexcusable. Swiper's item build all over the shop, and this seems to be a continued theme. Chiefs are just being, I guess, pushed and pushed and pushed, and AV is starting to find some cracks. However, remember that isn't cracking. Like, if we want to give credit over to the Chiefs, I think that it has to be to their mid laner right now. I haven't seen a mid laner try and dig a team out of a hole this big for a very long time, but Swiffer, 2 games in a row, coming up big.
Yeah, he's got a giant backpack and he's trying to throw everyone in it. And unfortunately, it's just these really small, decision-making errors. And your item builds and where they are on the map getting picked out. AV are setting a precedent that they are the 3rd best team in the OPL. I will go on and say that right now. Their top side of the map is so strong. And Cheney and Jake, they're looking shaky. You know, you're missing a lot of Ashe areas. You're not necessarily where you need to be. But they're not a liability right now. And so if they can just continue to support their team, play these utility supports and AD carries for them, AV look great.
Yeah, they certainly do. And I want to talk about, you know, we said play fast, a little bit reckless. And I think that Avant really encaptured that in the composition they put together because they had this great 1-3-1 split push. And then the last team fight, that's pretty ballsy to fight cross-map against the Chiefs and take out a Nexus turret. And that was some cute decision-making there, Tally.
Yeah, the fact that Triple was able to, make that call, it takes a huge load on yourself. You're pretty much putting the game on your back. It's saying, we could lose here or we could win here.
Well, he put it on his back and they actually won it. So Avant-Garde take us to game 3 in this best of 3 for the OPL Legend match. Guys, don't go anywhere because 3.5 minutes, we're going to have a resolution to this pretty epic best of 3.